this part and this part, and a narrow gauge to it. So you want to grab, put your finger on the top, and you're going to go in close because we know the shape of that mango pit. And you want to get right up close to it, and you know it's a skinny, narrow one. Spin it and see if you can get right up close to the other side. Ooh, good, got lucky on that. If you hit it, then just back off with your knife a little bit, and it's kind of like backing up. Okay, so that gives us these. We'll get to these in a second. And then holding your tip here, you want to also, following the line that you remember a mango pit being, that sort of cylindrical, what would the word, I'm not quite what the word of that shape is, but you want to grab that side off, and that. Additionally, you can scoop in here and get this last little margin off, and sometimes even a little on the sides as well. But that fibrous coated pit is sometimes surprisingly big and bulky. So now we're going to do the same thing to this side. Turn it this way. We're going to grab at an angle and come down and get those slices off like that. Now it's getting kind of slippery. You want to keep going though. You've got one more maneuver here to get the bulk of it off. And again, when you hit into that fibrous part, just back off a little bit like you would naturally do anyway. And then you can scoop in and get this last margin. Sometimes it's deceiving. You see this beautiful piece still attached and you think, oh my God, there's inches and inches of fabulous meat there, but it's really not. It's just right above that fibrous part. Okay, work a little on the tip just under there, being careful because you're kind of maneuvering the knife in a weird way. So there you go, a perfectly pulled off, and then you give it to the nearest child to suck on. Then, I don't like to have my mango fruit touching the cutting surface particularly if I don't know what else has been cut on it, because it sort of absorbs flavors, and it's such an exquisite flavor. I like to keep it really pure. But you can fillet that off. I didn't do a very good job on that one. And once you take it off of its little protective edge, then you put it right on a nice plate. Not working as well here. There we go. Get that, and then just slide it right over. Grab one. Down low. Larger ones, you want to do the same sort of fillet off the skin, so I cut them thin. It's easier to maneuver with a knife. And again, pushing down, you can get real close to the edge, and mangoes are really delicious right up to the edge. It's not like when you get close to the rind, you can kind of taste the rind, like happens on some fruit, in my opinion. And so you kind of roll it down and just slide it across. It's so simple, and you have no waste. I've seen people try to get the rind off, and they wind up leaving 1/4 of an inch or something, and you know, these things are so fabulous and a little bit expensive, so you don't want to have any waste at all. And there's our next piece.
Okay.
Am I still going here?
Go ahead.
So we'll do the last second.
Okay.
When it's a little wider, it takes a little more maneuvering, but that one came off just fine. And even, I'll show you, see how that's still really yellow? There's more on there, so you can kind of even push on there and get that last little piece. And it comes out good. There's no, you don't get any of the rind on there. And again, we'll take that one. And here we go. You know, to pick a mango, by the way, you're looking for firm. You don't want to feel any kind of mushy soft spots. Those are more bruises than ripeness happening. However, it's tricky because sometimes if you get them too firm, they really may not ripen up properly. So there's a fine line, and it's a little bit more of a getting a sense after you make your own mistakes. Here's another one that's kind of got some more on here. It's nice to be frugal with something that's delicious. Okay, so here we have our beautifully sliced and then additionally diced, ready for your fruit crepes or whatever you might want to do. your rind all nice and tidy, ready for your composter. The worms love it. Enjoy your mango.